Hello everyone, it's Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the latest episode of Andor. Now, in this episode, we finally get to the mission we've been hoping for. So we found out that the two groups split up, so it was the two women scouting out the area, and we had the men who were waiting to be prepared to do their part in their mission. And I know what you're thinking, what was it? Well, apparently the women were going to be sneaking across onto the dam to then climb up it to help out the rest of the group. The other guys were meant to be dressed up as soldiers to sneak into their ranks and take care of the higher-ups. So what happens is we have I want to say I can't remember his rank, but he oversees multiple locations, and he came in to see how this planet was going. And as they were doing this, they are showing how racist, classist the Empire is, which shouldn't be all that shocking, especially because we know how the Empire is in general. But overall, definitely seeing that and how they react to the locals and everything else, saying that they're basically scum and that they're going to be their last year they get to celebrate their little religious holiday. And it's during this that they are going to talk to the locals to kind of do their yearly ritual, where they exchange beaver fur. I call it beaver fur, but they said the name of it, but it basically is beaver fur. So anyway, they break into the ranks. They talk with the locals. Everything's going as well as it can be. When they get back inside, the four guys take siege of the entire place and take out anybody that got in their way, and then the women come in to help out. So the two of them help out the guys. They kidnap the oh my gosh, I believe he's a sergeant, and they start to begin to go down to the vault where they're going to get all of the credits. Now, during this time, they start, really forcing these people to really fill up the vehicle, I apologize, the vehicle to fill up with as many credits as they possibly can. And they're forcing all these guys to do so. And in fact, it gets to the point where the sergeant actually has a heart attack and dies. Now, a fight ensues because there's a group that is noticing that there's something odd going on, so they head down to the vault to figure out what's going on. A fight ensues, and unfortunately, T gets taken out, and then Lieutenant Gorn is also taken out. So the two of them are killed right there. They start to take off, and unfortunately the payload smashes into Karis, the young man who was pretty much had everything set up. And when they get to an off-world, which was not easy, by the way, they had to go through the comet dust, and they had to get through it, and it was not easy. But they were able to escape. And so the only ones that were left, Casinta was staying behind, who was the other woman, but Vel, Karis, Avril, Skeen, and Cassian were in the payload. Karis gets hit by the payload. They take him to the doctor that they had set up just in case of an issue. Unfortunately, the doctor could not save him. Well, while the doctor was checking on him, they were actually having Cassian and Skeen were talking to each other, and Skeen was ready to take all the credits with Cassian and split 50-50 and escape. And that's when we found out that Skeen didn't have a brother who got killed by the Empire, and that he was only in it for the money as well. Cassian kills him. He goes in to see Vel and Karis and the doctor, and unfortunately, Karis dies. They couldn't save him, so it's just him and Vel. And they start to have an argument and everything else, and he basically explains to her what she needs to do, and that he's out. he's done. He's done his part. He doesn't want any part of it anymore. Um, what we're seeing here is the clear sign that Cassian is a good person and that he is doing it for the greater good to a certain extent. There are still some selfish reasons behind it, but overall we have a better idea as to why. So we're going to have to see what happens after this. Is Vel and Cassian going to work together again? Because it's only the two of them left. We'll have to wait and see. Then we have Lutheran, who was the man that hired Cassian to begin with. He finds out that the plan worked, and he is super excited. Then we have the senator, Senator Mothma. We're seeing how little respect she gets in the Empire, and how little anyone cares about what she has to say, which is definitely very interesting to see. Overall, just kind of depressing to see how little she's treated and how little she feels in her life overall and everything. So we'll definitely have to wait and see what happens, but I'm very curious at how much further they're going to go into it. So obviously they're going to go, the Empire is going to take this seriously and start hunting them down, but I'm curious as to see what the next mission is, because that can't be the end of it. But overall, definitely looking forward to seeing what happens next. Now, let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Please let me know in the comments. And as always, if you like the content you see, please like and subscribe. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a great night.